Welcome back to Wood and Shoe Motorsports. And on this episode,
we're stripping.
Cut, edit, go to commercial.
Calm down, perverts. We're stripping the truck. That way we can paint it with the Pour 15 and then put it all back together again. And maybe we'll get the body at some point.
All right, so while Dirk gets busy stripping, we'll go ahead and make space for all these parts somewhere and get that motor ripped out too. Calm down, keyboard ninjas, before you light us up in the comments. It's not a motor, it's an engine. It's not a clip, it's a magazine.
We're stripped. Well, at least the truck is. So we pulled everything back off the frame, except for a couple pieces that we added because we are going to coat everything with Pour 15. So if you haven't used this stuff, it's kind of like paint, but you can paint directly over rust. It's a rust inhibitor, and it dries really, really hard. And it'll give this a nice shiny black coat. So we'll do 2 coats of this and let it dry, and then we will be able to put the truck back together, and we're waiting on body parts to finish it off.
So now what I've done is I've gone through and wiped everything down and got all of the dirt and grime and everything off of this. Next, what I'll do is rub a little bit of alcohol on it just to kind of clean up any dirt spots. Lastly, before I get started, I'm going to mask off some of these QA1 parts that are already powder coated, just so we don't get any extra Pour 15 on it. Can't forget about this guy either. We gotta do that axle too. Frames taped up, masked off, blown down, wiped down. Let's get after this. The 26-second time-lapse video that you just saw does not do it justice. It took me 4 hours to get this done, just to give you a perspective. All said and done, she turned out rather nice. We'll go ahead and let this get a 48-hour nap before we get back after it, and we'll start putting her back together. Now that she's good and rested and had a nice 48-hour nap, we're gonna go ahead and put this truck back together. But we're gonna spare you all the boring footage of us putting this back together, aside from a few parts that we got while we were waiting. And we picked up some temporary wheels for rollers. So there she sits in all her glory. Now we just have to wait on the paint and body guys to get that cabin bed finished. Then eventually we'll have a video of this thing actually running. Till then, stay tuned.